It's nice, That's what we like to do is rush. Of course, we like to play the run, but get after the quarterback is what we like to do. So when we had a game like we did last Sunday, it was just felt good. Everybody was happy. The energy was good.
What was it like to have your mom in attendance there for that?
Yeah, my mom's means very a lot to me. She's a very special woman. So to have her there, especially travel that far, sitting the heat for me, shows how much she loves me and cares. So it feels good to have her out there.
You've been back for a few games now. How close to your normal self do you feel out there?
Um, I'll probably say I'm still, trying to get my legs back. I didn't really have off-season training for real, which I can kind of feel. But, it's steady coming along. Each game, each day of practice, I'm trying to, continue to work, continue to push my body to make sure I'm still here. I'm still climbing, still, getting back to myself.
How much does it mean to you to kind of be back, though, given everything you went through the last couple of years?
Yeah, it means a lot, You can't take this game for granted, You just something I love to do. I love playing ball. I love being out there running, hitting, making plays, celebrating, enjoying the moment. So missing those for the last 2 seasons really, it sucked. But I'm back now, and I'm just worried about staying positive.
What are the characteristics when you look at this Texans offense that stand out, especially around C.J. Stroud?
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. They got good offensive weapons. They got good coaches. They got good running backs. They got talent on their defense. So it'll be a good battle. This is CJ's second year or third year, I believe, and you see what he was able to do the last 2 seasons. So he's only getting better. They had a slow start to the season, but you see them picking it up now. So it'll be a good matchup for us, and can't wait to play.
How would you compare the kind of connection in the locker room that you guys have this year compared to past years?
I'd probably say it's a lot more, camaraderie going on in there. A lot of guys, talking to guys that you don't usually do. That's also kind of due to where the lockers are set up. I'm over there with the O-line. Some of the O-linemen are there with the D-line. It's kind of mixed match in there. So, guys, we see a shadow box in there all the time. So it's really a brotherhood. Everybody's having fun. Feels more connected, definitely.
How did the shadow boxing thing, how did that all kind of start?
I don't know, honestly. I think it was, from the YNs, the young dudes. They kind of brought it on. Once you see them do it, it's like everybody's doing it now. So I don't know how it started, but once it started, it ain't stopped since. So, yeah.
You're from the LA area. Is there any reason why your mom traveled all the way to Jacksonville for a game rather than a West Coast game?
I mean, my mom just likes to travel in general. She goes to Dubai, she goes to Italy, she goes all over the world, So any chance she gets to leave the house and, get on a plane and go somewhere, she gonna do it. So, yeah.
When you said you didn't have off-season training, what were you doing with your time?
Rehabbing.
All day?
All day, every day, rehabbing. I was in there literally all day just trying to, get my knees strong again. I couldn't really do no running, because I was in crutches for 8 weeks. Then when I got back, I couldn't, hit the field. I had to keep getting strength back in my knee, get support. So literally just rehabbing literally from February to second week of August, third week of August, when I finally was able to get on the field. So
What did you do to get yourself in playing shape, conditioning-wise?
you got to run. You got to run in practice. That's where you get your conditioning. When the ball is thrown, you got to sprint full speed, chase the ball. Got to get on a bike, walk on the treadmill. Just do all other forms of cardio, battle ropes, stuff like that.
Was it the same injury that caused you to get new work done, or was there a different injury that came up?
No, I had a different injury. So when I first got injured, that's when I got cut, and then I had the quad injury. But then the last game of the season, I ended up tearing my meniscus, and I had to get off-season surgery for that.
DeMarcus Lawrence, just what's he brought to this group in terms of both leadership and his play in the field?
Yeah, he's definitely he's a 12-year vet, so he's bringing that sense of that wisdom, that experience on the field. If you sit in the meetings with us, man, he's kind of a funny guy, man. So you got to be there to know how he is. But he's definitely a leader out there. He has some more playing experience, playoff experience. He's been to the highs. He's been Pro Bowl. He's had all that stuff. So that's the kind of experience he brings around us, especially the younger guys, rookies, and first, second, third year players. So it's good to have him. a vet like him, a guy who can make plays, a guy who's been there before. So it was really big for him to have us this year.
Leo said you guys call him crash out. Just to see a guy put the kind of effort he does, play in, play out, and then practice too. Just how impressive is that for a 12-year vet just to play that hard?
Yeah, it's very impressive. Football is a very rough sport, as we all know, and somebody who can do it that consistently for 12 years, like he does, it's great. And it's just shows how much he takes care of his body and how much he loves the game.
Can you develop like that play style or something close to that over the course of your career, or is that something you just come into the NFL and you either have it or you don't?
I'll probably say it's something you can develop. We've seen it with some guys on the team that might not have it when they first get here, but being around guys like us, we're gonna push you, we're gonna talk trash, we're gonna make sure you get there, or else you ain't gonna be able to play with us. So it's something you can definitely develop, and you start to see with some guys like over time they're starting to get it now. They start to know what it's like. So but part of it is definitely you either have it or you don't, but it can definitely be drilled into a person's attitude, part of them, who they are.
When you watch film of your team play, and your defense in particular, how close are you to the potential of what the defense can become?
I feel like we're almost there. We've had to put together some good games this year. We've had one game where we didn't perform against the Bucs, but overall, I feel like we're trending in the right direction. The biggest thing is communication, because you have to be 4 as 1 out there, and if we're all talking, cover each other up, communicating out there, we can be unstoppable. So it's not so much the talent; it's more the how much more can we communicate when on the field, especially being at home when it's so loud. That's where communication has to go up.
How Nick Manori has some pretty unique athletic ability. What have you noticed watching him start to get some time out in the field?
Yeah, he's a very decisive person. That's what I'll say his game. And once he sees something, he's triggering. That's the type of guy he is. He doesn't stop. He doesn't second guess things. If he sees it, he trusts his body, he trusts his speed, he trusts his mind. So I like that. I like that from a rookie. You don't really see that. A lot of rookies are hesitant, but him, he's going for it. He's attacking every play. He's playing hard. He's sure about himself. He's confident, and that's what we need from rookies.
You mentioned the home communication can be a challenge sometimes because do you have to change the method of communication sometimes at home, or just do it better?
You just got to do it better, and that's what we ask for. That's what we want. We want the crowd being loud because it messes the other team up as well. So you just got to do it better. You just got to over communicate. Something we talk about every day.
Is it more of a challenge to deal with the noise at home? Obviously, you just said that you want the noise, but does it create more of a challenge when you're in a defense that requires more communication pre-snap than the previous defense you played in here? I
wouldn't say it's a challenge. It's just something that we just work on. It's something that's becoming a part of us. Like I said, we practice it every day. We practice with crowd noise every day. So we're making sure that it's becoming a part of us. Even if we're on the road and it's quiet, we're still doing the same thing. So I wouldn't say it's a challenge, but we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you.
Thank you.